Fourth day of our webinar series, Evening for Learning, hosted by National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management, Hyderabad. I'm Dr. Rahulya, working as a Managed Fellow, and it's my pleasure to guide you through today's session. So, as you know, the theme of this webinar series is Agriculture Extension, an exciting profession for the future. So, across these 5 days, we'll be covering 6 insightful topics under this theme. So, last 3 days, we had an amazing discussion. So, today our topic is entrepreneurship in agriculture extensions, careers that create change. So to discuss this topic, we have Dr. P. Sethuraman Sukumar sir with us. So he is a principal scientist at ICAR Central Tuber Crop Research Institute, Thiruvananthapuram. He works in the Innovations, Technology Management and Utilization Division with expertise in technology commercialization, business incubation, agripreneurship development, and nutrition-sensitive extension. For the years, he had several important research initiatives, including media support system for tuber crops extension, seed support system improvement for elephant foot yam and greater yam, consumer behavior analysis of tuber-based foods, and scaling strategies for biofortified tuber crops. His researcher, he significant promotion and commercialization of tuber-based and nutritional security. With this short introduction, I would like to invite Dr. P. Sethuraman Sukumar to hand over the session.
Okay, thank you. So you have to give me the sharing rights.
Yes, sir.
Showing still content sharing is unavailable.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. Whether the PowerPoint is visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. So good evening. Yeah, good evening to all. First of all, I thank manager for inviting me to share some of my experiences in promoting agricultural startups and other doing some kind of activities which will help the extension students. And what I am going to share is based on my experiences, whatever I observed during that. Because since 2015 onwards, I have been associated with the business development and other related activities, including to some extent for some students. So this is something like a buzzword, entrepreneurship in agricultural extension. Technically speaking, agricultural extension from a recruiter point of view, I will say that we don't have essential skills or competency which are required for business development. Over the period of years, we have been building this kind of competency based on our experiences and primarily like extension student, we are supposed to go to field and transfer the technology and other inputs and other doing the facilitation services for the farmers so that they will be adapting the technology. We have to support the decision making of the farmer. Technically speaking, we are not supporting, we are influencing the decision making to make some kind of behavior change which is desired by us. This is what we have been doing it for several years. And in the recent times, there is a changes in the ecosystem. I am not talking about agro ecosystem. I am talking about both agro ecosystems as well as the policy ecosystem along with the business ecosystem. So what we are experiencing is government is concerned about the per capita income of the farms, individual farms. So they are saying like the per capita income of the individual farms is the primary indicator for in the growing economy. Like it is a primary indicator which can trigger the increasing the agricultural GDP. So government has like that doubling the farmers' income and then several other programs like Vikshit Bharat now 2047. So everywhere the primary target is we have to double the farmers' income. That means that we have to do something which is beyond the primary production, like farmers are primary producers. So one aspect which we are finding like a value addition. A World Bank study has identified if you are investing 1 rupee in value addition, it is going to give more than 2 rupees in the investment, return to the investment. So that's why government is promoting value addition and then creating a kind of business entrepreneurship. So if you look at the agricultural extension, like over in a traditional view, where we are actually a bridge. Like you take the technology from the research institution and go and promote among the farmers so that the yield will be increased, the area will be increased, the income will be increased. So everybody will get the betterment in their life. Farm welfare will be increased. So that was the traditional thing what we are doing to do it. Food and nutritional security. Basically, we use the techniques which are knowledge and knowledge transfer as well as the skilling, to some extent the capacity building of the different farmers, and so that they will be able to utilize the emerging knowledge. And there are different competencies are required, technical communication and other management competencies. So we basically use the facilitation services, enabling farmers through EAS, extension advisory services, as well as the facilitation mechanisms. But when the mission is for doubling the farmer's income, we have to facilitate creating the new farm-based businesses. You need an additional competency apart from this, like a business. So your role is making the farm business ready and creating an appropriate entrepreneurial ecosystem for agri-business. So it is not only an extension person job, it is the job of the other people like the business incubators and others who are involved in this business development, especially in case of the agricultural businesses. Then why agri-business for extension student, why it matters? One thing is the curriculum. Like we have a curriculum which teaches about the communication, which teaches about capacity building, which talks about human communication as well as mass media and other forms of communication. What it was lacking is it was not focusing on entrepreneurship development. So a few years back, managers taken a initiative where curriculum was revised. Now in the PhD level, you have technology commercialization and business incubation course, which is actually orienting extension scientists, I'll say future extension scientists or the future professional extension workers to venture into, to sensitize the students, maybe the UG, PG and other PhD student to venture into agribusiness. We talk about why farmers children are not coming to agriculture. There are so many reasons are there. One reason is like agriculture is not profitable. So the duty of the extension scientist, the duty of the extension person, extension student who wants to venture into agribusiness, you have to create, you have to show to the sons and daughters of the farmers that agriculture is profitable, and there are many people who are already doing it. So there are 5 different dimensions we can contribute as an extension person. One thing is translating technology into a product. Earlier, we were translating technology into a technology which will be used like a material technology and service technology, which will enhance the productivity. Now the product brings out the commercial dimension in business. So you say that you create a product out of it, and then that product is going to create the new business. Second thing is strengthening the local support system. One thing is in adoption, the primary aspect of the adoption, the primary of the aspect of the increasing the productivity is you are giving a training program, you are providing some seed material, but after that farmers are not getting sufficient seed material, as well as they are not getting the quality inputs, they are not getting the proper advice. This is the reason why that we are many of the traditionally traditional BSc AG students are going into agri business kind of things. Now they are in a very top level position. So this is one area where you can enter into to support the local support system for maximizing the productivity as well as maximizing the farm income. Third one is creating the sustainable value chain. Earlier, we were all talking about increasing the farm productivity, increasing the area. Actually, really many impact assessment studies, whatever you see is increasing the productivity, and so that after a couple of years, it will increase the farm income, and after a couple of years, it will lead to the asset creation. That is the traditional way of assessing the impact. Now, the impact assessment, what we are trying to achieve is it is focusing on whether income is doubled and what factors are contributing to it, how we can facilitate the process. So that means that we are coming from the individual farms to the value chains. We are trying to target, many organizations are trying to target the value chain. Value chain itself has a lot of gaps. So the value chain gaps can be filled by using your business, new kind of business. One example, what I will tell you is, there are cold storage mechanisms are not there in some of the value chains, like tomato value chains and other fruits value chain, because the lychee and as well as in the other mango, they are seasonal crops, and you have to use it for taking the product to a different place. Like I will say that many premier mango varieties which are available in North India are not available in South India. So if you are baking it, you will get 3 times money. So you have to create a kind of transport, a kind of cold storage transport system or any other kind of transport system, so that you will be able to create a kind of business. That business is helping the farmers to increase the farm income, as well as you are also getting a share, that your business becomes more sustainable. So you are looking at the value chain perspective and driving innovations through a local knowledge system, because we are experts in documenting the traditional knowledge, but we never commercialize the traditional knowledge. So we have to create a kind of skills which will help the farmer, so that you can take the local innovations, go to National Innovation Foundation or any other incubator which are focusing on the commercializing the local innovations. With the specialized skill, you make a farmer the entrepreneur. Second, the last one is empowering farm communities through inclusive development. We are not working for male, we are not working for only female. We want everyone to develop. Like we are having multiple programs, entrepreneurship development programs for tribal people, SC people, ST, and then for women. There are specialized schemes are there. You, as an extension person, you understand the system, farmer system, and when you acquire the business skills, you create a kind of business where you can target, because there are many subsidies, grants are there for helping the women farmers. Even women are taking up the enterprise. There are subsidies and grants are there. So the agricultural extension basically looked into a kind of a technology transfer. Now we are adding the commercialization dimension into it. So what are the possible career options for the BSc Agri students or MSc Extension students? You can venture into extension-based entrepreneurship, because we talk about startups, we talk about MSMEs, we talk about industries. They are little bigger level. But there are many other career options are there, where if you have a BSc Agriculture or MSPG in extension, one is a farm advisory and agri-input entrepreneurship. As I said, the primary thing, like you open a shop, like you attend the agri clinic program of the manage, and then get the funding, and then create a kind of local input supply shop, so you can provide the advisory to the farmers at the base level. At the higher level, you can also do integrate the digital technologies into it and provide the customized farm advisory services. I'll be explaining you a little later what about this. Then second one is FPO is emerging as a biggest agri-business ecosystem in India. 10,000 FPO scheme. India has more than about 39,000 FPOs are already there. They are being converted into FPCs. So it creates a lot of opportunities from like there is a CEO in every FPO. That is actually the eligibility is BSc Agriculture. Maybe like some FPOs are asking MSc, but the CEOs are basically providing the executing the ideas of the people, helping the farmers to venture into agribusiness and enabling them to do the business very effectively and profitably. The third one is Agri-Tech and digital extension startups. I'll be telling you, we talk about earlier times, like we talk about private extension. Now, almost like a 50% startups in India, they are doing private extension. So private extension is actually there in the form of Agri-Tech, extension startup. You can provide agro advisory services using the IoT devices. And even in our institute, we have a very popular IoT device, e-crop, electronic crop. And it is creating actually multi-million rupees business for our institute. And it is also going to help the farmers, where a device can be integrated, like a automatic weather system can be integrated along with the soil sensor and other things. Everything is processed in a central like I'll say CPU kind of thing, which is where you can input the different simulation models. It actually monitor the crop of the growth of the crop, as well as it is helping providing the advisory services to the farmer. It takes soil, climate, and the crop physiological parameters together, using the multiple things, and then it provides a advice to the farmer. This is the time you have to go for irrigation. It is a very big business. I'll say that you don't have to develop the technology, you simply use the technology, and subscription based models are there. That will be a very good business opportunity for BS Agriculture and MSc students. And again, traditional food processing and value addition enterprises, from a smaller level of self-help group to FPO, and you can go into a bigger level of high investment to food processing and value addition industries. There are many agencies which are helping you, which will be helping you to create such kind of businesses. And finally, the emerging aspect is rural development and social enterprises. Social enterprises, earlier we were thinking about this charity organization like investment for impact. Nowadays we are looking into social enterprises like FPOs, which are having, there are many FPOs which are doing the export business. Basically FPOs are social enterprises, SHE based enterprises, farmer clubs, and then like a Kudumbasri kind of businesses in Kerala, and Mission Shakti in Odisha. They are basically social enterprises trying to achieve a social objective. Even it starts from drinking water provision to the value addition and export. Even it goes beyond that. There are many funding agencies are available to provide funding for the social enterprise. I will give one example of a social enterprise which we are promoting from our side. And before venturing into any kind of business, I will suggest you first understand the business. Take some courses, learn about entrepreneurship, and work in some field for 1 or 2 years. Then you go for venturing into business. Don't venture into business immediately after your BSc or MSc, because it requires some kind of expertise, some kind of experience, which we can develop that competency only through the experience. So business is not something theoretically we can make. It requires some kind of practice. Maybe you can do some internship somewhere, or you can directly go and work in some kind of organization which we are trying to create a business. From there, you try to learn. Like you also understand the theory of the business, then you learn the practice of the business by working in some organization. Then you start your own business. If you look at the history of many of the successful companies, most of the founders, they worked somewhere before venturing into business, at least 3 to 4 years or 4 to 5 years after working there. That will help them to get the money, the investment, initial capital which is required for starting the business, as well as the very valuable experience which will be helping you when you are running a new business. So some theoretical thing which I'll tell you in only one slide. Agripreneur, basically a farmer doing the business is agripreneur. And if startup is doing, if the startup is cultivating it, you can call it as an agripreneur. Otherwise, if they are not involved in primary agriculture production, so they are not called as an agripreneur. Second one is a small business like agri-input shops and a dairy enterprises. They are coming under the small inputs. They have a very standard business model. If you start if you have the dairy unit in your place, maybe in a couple of months you will get the profit. But in case of startups, you will never get in a couple of months, because startup don't have a proper business model. Third one is a self-help group. It is a women aggregation where you can spare the free time of the women and enter into get some kind of business and get money, so that it will create empowerment. And the FPOs, we know that FPOs and the FPCs, now most of the FPOs are registered under the Companies Act. They are converting to FPCs. There we have more than 30 to 40,000 FPOs in India. About 7,000, 8,000 are running very good in a profit mode. And startups are basically a very innovative entrepreneur venturing into some kind of business which is trying to address the problem. When you are creating a startup, please see that there is a problem. There is a commercializable solution available for the problem, and there is a sizable market size where you can convert the commercializable solution into a product and sell it there, so that you will be getting the profit. At least in the after 1.5 years, you should reach the break-even point. Otherwise, you are not going to get any funding for the startup. And there are large companies are already there. Now that 5 dimensions we have seen, what are the opportunities in the 5 dimensions? Farm advisory and agricultural entrepreneurship. You can go as an independent consultant. You can provide the organic and the natural farming certification business, market linkage. There are many students after 1 or 2 year experience in that area, they are acting as a independent consultants. And second thing is horticulture plantation experts. You initially work in some nurseries or work in some kind of plantations like that cashew plant, not cashew. I am talking about high value pepper plantations like a coffee estates, a tea estates, or maybe like a cardamom estates. You can work for 1 or 2 years, and then you become a consultant for the companies or anybody who venture into that business. Food processing and business advisors. Actually, getting the government money requires an application form. Along with that application form, you have to give a DPR, detailed project report. There are consultants who know how to prepare the DPR. If you know how to prepare a DPR, I'll tell you at least 5% of the total project cost will come as a fee, consultant fee for the DPR. So you have to develop some kind of expertise in that area. And Agri-Tech consultants who are helping the farmers in a drone-based spraying and applying the digital tools for making the farm decisions. Like you may be an independent, you work in some kind of precision agriculture company, learn some experience and you take a franchise, or maybe like you can do for whatever you want to do in drone spraying, facilitating. There are many companies are there which will help you to get the drone and do it in a very profitable way. And the farm advisory startups you can create, like I am showing DHAT and Cropin, they are very big companies, but still you can create some farm advisory startup. And private extension service center like a soil testing lab, you can start drone spraying facility and the custom hiring center for hiring the machineries. These are the different options for BS Agri and MSc students to venture into agri-based entrepreneurship. Second thing is I told FPOs. FPOs are having lot of jobs for agricultural graduates. Basically, you will help them in creating the FPO as a consultant or maybe a part of the FPO. You help them, you prepare the application form, you prepare the business model, everything they will apply, yeah, and then they will get the convert into a company. How to apply for how to register an FPO in the Companies Act as a FTC. So there are the very specific skill sets are there. You have to learn and you can join there as a CEO. You can help the farmers to manage the FPO. Apart from this, FPOs also you can go into seed villages like custom hiring center and other seed villages which are coming under the FPOs. Also, there are some seeds villages which are helping the FPOs that you can enter it, and you can do the collective marketing, branding, and value addition through rural enterprises. Like you need not be there in FPOs, but you can create a company which will create a brand. There are some companies which will brand the FPO products. So like you have to know how to design it, how to use the Canva, how to use you should be very creative enough to create the new kind of. Nowadays, many startup missions are organizing the competitions for creating the brand. Some of students, some of the BS agriculture students have created some brands for us. So you can learn some of the techniques and which will help you to support the facilitation system. And what are the competency requirement when you are employed in FPO or maybe helping FPOs? Business planning and DPR preparation skills you should know. You can go to any incubator, you can do internship there. They will teach you how to prepare the business plan as well as DPR. And the marketing and branding skill, this also you will get from FPO like incubators. Supply chain and logistics management, you should know how to source the item. Like if you take the Reliance Retail in India, that Reliance Fresh, they have a sourcing manager. Well, their duty is they have to contact the different ICAR institutes or SAUs or maybe other agencies to know that where the farmers are located. So even many like the sourcing manager of like Reliance Retail in Kerala, we have a very good contact because I am helping them to source the products. So I am helping them as a part of an incubator that you can make it as a business. So you should create a kind of database of the farmer and you should know when they are planting, when they are harvesting, all the detail, because information is very powerful. Because many companies like a PepsiCo, I'll tell you, because we are interacting with the PepsiCo, we are interacting with the PepsiCo, we are interacting with the Reliance Retail, because I personally interacted with all the companies. I know these people want the farmers list. We don't have because it is a huge business. Even they are ready to pay even lakhs of rupees to get a farmers, because supply chain is very, very important when you create a company. So this is very important. This is going to be one of the future supply chain management area. Supply chain management area is going to be the huge business in the future. And financial literacy, you can help the farmer to apply for loans like a IP facilitator. Just like if you go to land registration, there are some agents are there, no, like a notary public. That kind of new kind of businesses are coming. You can help the farmers to know where are the which companies are providing loans, and I will help you. You give me some share. So it's a small level of business you can do. You can also do the community mobilization based business, but these kind of skills you should have when you are looking into rural based businesses like a FPO and other cooperative based leadership business. And the third component is Agri-Tech and digital extension startups. I already said 50% of the Agri-Tech startups are doing private extension services, and all the most of the Agri-Tech startups are providing the farm to fork solutions, complete end-to-end solutions. Everything where you can plant it, they provide market intelligence, they provide the soil testing service, they provide which like optimization, land optimization, like they use a linear programming to know that which is the profitable crops which can be used in a single farmland. So there are so many kind of which some people have created consultancy services. I know 2-3 agricultural students from Kerala Agriculture University and other GB Pant University. They are doing very good consultancy to that Agri-Tech and other digital extension startups. Some of them are even startup, because you cannot create a startup at a very at a BSc Agri or MSc Agri level. Like after completion, you need a lot of courage, you need a lot of innovativeness. Probably, I will say that before we venture into it, you try to get some experience by providing the helping the startups. So Incubator also can help you in providing some kind of internship they can do. And e-extension platforms are there, like farm advisory apps, e-chapels, online training platforms are there. You can create or you can use the online training platform. Agri-fintech startup to provide the facilities, the credit facilities, and market intelligence platforms are there, weather forecasting and traceability based platform, which we can learn and we can help them, help the farmers. You may initially you can be an intermediary, then you can venture into directly the same business, or you can join in some kind of companies. And I'll tell you, this is simple example. What are all the pain points are very important component in agri startup. If you are not identifying the pain points in a perfect way, your agri tech startup is going to fail in the third or fourth year. So pain point should be commercializable. Like you are the tech, there must be a pain point, there must be a solution. Either you create it, a source a solution, and make it into a commercializable form. You identify your customer base, which is having a sizable customer base, and the business what you are planning should be scalable. So these are the some of the criteria when you are presenting the business plan to the investors. No, they look into it, whether you have a proper team, whether you have a very whether it is yours is an idea or a business opportunity, then whether it is a practical, whether you will be able to get the break-even point in 2 to 3 years. So all the criteria they see when they are giving providing the funding. And the fourth one is a food processing and value addition enterprises. You can start from a simple farm-based food processing, like a banana powder factory or mushroom processing factory, or even from that level, small level, you can even mango juice making machines are there, like a chips making, cassava chips making business you can do. From that level, you can go into the higher level. Like now, I will give one example. 2 months back, we were sitting with the Pepsi people, Pepsi, that R&D manager of Africa and India. So we are sitting there at place, and they were like they are going to venture into cassava chips industry. Okay, when you are coming to a big industry, I will tell you, Pepsi has a production capacity of 60,000 tons of Lays chips in India. They have 60% market share in the potato chips. Then we asked, why you are coming to cassava chips? Why you are coming to sweet potato chips? So they are saying like now customers are more of a health oriented, and we want to do it. And they said that we want to do it in a smaller level, and you help us in getting the supply chain ready, as well as you help us in providing the varieties of cassava, as well as sweet potato, we will be able to go there. Then we suggested what are all the areas where cassava is grown and where you can do the sourcing. Like then I said, because I am the business manager of my institute, I said I will help you to link with the farmer. They told we don't need that. First, they told what are all the startups which are enrolled into your incubator. Then I said these are the different startups are there. Then they asked where are they located. You give me the information, or you link us with the startup. Initially, startup will produce the chips, cassava chips, and the Pepsi will market it. So we will see that like a test marketing whether it is pakka. Then we will go into the full-fledged business. So to connect Pepsi, the company like Pepsi also needs a startup. They also need a small entrepreneur for the initial level. From there, they are sourcing it and they are making it into their own product. So you have to create a small, initially also there are different kind of businesses where you can be the owner, but you will be a part of a supporting system. So like that, there are many people, even there are recently, I am working with one of the farmer in Tamil, in Namakkal area. Reliance Retail wants 3 tons of the sweet potato every month. So they told me that you give me a plan like where you can create a farmer, and then the farmers will be linked to wherever the Reliance Retail, Reliance Fresh things are there. So then we identified 10 farmers in different places. We said that we will be that farmer, we are providing the training, and that farmer is enrolled into that Reliance because they have a contract farming scheme. It is already entered. So that a small farmer is also going to get the benefit. He is already getting the benefit out of it. So it is not that the entrepreneurship you venture into independent and big companies and very high companies. You can start at a lower level and slowly you can move into the next level there. And finally, that rural development and social enterprise, where the rural-based businesses, which are focusing on solving the problems of the rural people, like waste management, like drinking water provision, or the startups which are focusing on poverty alleviation through providing the micro businesses, like funding. They used to give the funding for poverty alleviation. So because still in those kind of business also they get some profit. It is not that it is a charity. It is between the charity and the business. It comes into the middle component. There are many enterprises. They are companies. Even we also have our own startup with the CTCRI, which is a social enterprise and which they get money from, not from the business funding agencies. They are getting funding from a different kind of funding agency, which is not providing funding for the business. So they comes between the charity and the full-fledged business. It is going to be one of the key areas of fostering the rural development, rural entrepreneurship in India. So in general, what are the competency requirements for this kind of a dimension, like where you want to go, what are the competency requirement you need? Yesterday, Dr. Sriram was telling about a lot of competency requirements, like the communication and the different kind of competency requirements. For business, we need additional things. Like you should now have the technical skills. Suppose if you want to venture into digital extension startup, you should learn Python. You should learn how to make the machine learning algorithms, and you should be an expert in that area. Otherwise, you cannot venture into such kind of business. So then agronomy expertise is required for, especially people talk about agronomy is a very low profile subject. I'll tell you, agronomy is a high profile subject. Why? Because when you are exporting any product to foreign countries, one primary requirement they will ask is GAP. The product or agricultural product should be produced through good agricultural practice. Who will develop the good agricultural practice? Agronomist, along with the plant protection specialist, will develop the good agronomic practices. Whole supply chain, I'll tell you, whole supply chain, it depends upon the seed material or quality planting material. Every company needs a seed material. Every company needs a product. So agronomy is a very important aspect, but you have to put your focus in a different form. Then second thing is the climate smart agricultural practices. There are areas in India where if you want to create a business, like the saline soils or alkaline soils, in the soils where landslides are more, the areas where geographically disadvantaged area, where you want to create a business, you need to follow some kind of climate smart agricultural technologies, and then from there you can go for a for any business, any profitable business. Second thing is you should be a businessman. You can acquire the business skill. Some people are inherently big business acumen, some people are not. And you should know social skill, networking skill, how to talk to the people, how to convince the people, how to develop a larger network. It's a very, very important skill in especially when you are running a business. And a very innovative mindset. If you are not innovative and creative, you cannot survive in the system. You have to make. There are a lot of examples. Now time is not there. That's why I'm not saying the innovative businesses created in India. And again, there are support systems for creating the entrepreneurs which are looking into the extension component. I'll say that rural development component. There are government schemes are there. There are incubators are there. RKVY incubators are there. So MANAGE has a very strong RKVY incubator where you can take their help and then go with the business idea. They will help you to convert into a viable enterprise, so that some funding facilitation also can be done. E-idea is there, MANAGE incubator is there. There are even we also have a small incubator for the tuber crop based product. And Atal incubation centers are there. Now the scheme is closed, but still there are Atal incubation centers in the, especially in the educational institutions. So where you will get some kind of help from them. NABARD has a lot of RBICs, the rural agri-business incubation centers are there. Many like MABIF is one of the very top prominent incubator. And the PMFME scheme is providing a lot of subsidies for the different food processing industries. So you can, you will have the idea. People are there to facilitate you, convert the idea into a business opportunity. They will link with you to like a funding agencies, both debt and equity funding. You will be getting it, and market linkage also. As like I am saying from CTCRI, the primary work which I am doing is I am doing market linkage. Many startups were with CTCRI because I am providing internet like a selling opportunity to them. We also have a sales counter here, that Root Smart Mall. We are developing a small business model where all ICR products are being sold. Not only ICR products, GI products, KVK developed products, as well as the farmer innovation products. Actually, if you are coming to CTCRI, you can see that there are different racks are there in our. It is like a mall, small mall. It's not a bigger mall, where we are selling about 12 ICR Institute products and farmers varieties. I think you know Plant Genome Savior Award, no? That farmers varieties also we are selling it. We are selling GI products, everything. So there are many government people, they will help you. Agri-Clinic scheme is there, manages one of the very prominent scheme for creating entrepreneur. And there are private accelerators, KVKs, ICR, about 50 ICR ABs are there. You can contact anybody, they will help you to create a business. And there are different carriers are there. Digital Agri Advisor. If you put this in your Google, then you will get what are the opportunities, job opportunities for the Digital Agri Advisor, Agri Clinic Entrepreneur. It is already there. FPO Manager, CEO, Nutripreneur, Agri-Tech Innovator. These are different kind of new generation jobs which require extension as well as business skills together. And one case, with that two cases, I will close my presentation. One is there is a Kunbi Muduli. It is a traditional food product consumed in the Joida area in the Uttar Kannada district. There are tribal people are there. So that startup Sputnik Farms, they have taken the tribal products and they are converting the tribal the taro product. From there, they are developing different kind of value-added products. And then from there, they are creating a kind of factory inside the tribal area, and they are creating a self-sustainable system. So what Sputnik has done it, we identified Kunbi Mudali, that is a taro product. And again, that was, they signed an agreement with the CTCRI to develop a different products which are from the Kunbi taro. And we are helping them to take up the product into different kind of markets. You can see one of the target, one of the promotional fair what we have done is we conducted two tuber crop festivals in innovative festivals, I will say, in Bangalore. One was conducted in the Bangalore International Center. We created a Ona Sadhya type of food item where all the food items are from tuber crops from the different tribal people. So that you can see many foreigners are consuming it. It was a big hit. Like we are taking tuber crops into the upper middle class. And we also conducted the tribal diversity fair along with that. So different diverse tuber crops, they also did that. So this is one aspect where we can take very tribal products, which is not sold through eco shops and others, to a higher level. This is one of the experiment we have done it, and it is working very well. That the particular company is getting so much of the international funding. Now that company is getting at least 5-6 international funding. So that means that they are exactly going into right track. They need a extension plus other kind of skills to market such this kind of products. Second startup what we have is only Odi Tribe Private Limited in Orissa. They have taken a GI based GI now that Palua Laddu, Arrowroot Laddu, which is a very traditional product which is attached to the culture of the Oriya people in Badrak area. So it was made into very poor quality form. So they signed an agreement with the CTCRI. We improved the quality of the Palwa Laddu. So now this product is being exported to foreign countries. So from an indigenous GA based GA product, we improved the quality. A new business has been created. So with this, I'll close my presentation and thank you. I think I have not taken much time.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for the informative session on entrepreneurship and what are the career options in agriculture extension entrepreneurship and what are the opportunities in various sectors, be it regarding farm advisories, FPOs, and agri-tech startups and food processing and value addition, and the rural development and social enterprises, and what competencies do we need in this to excel in the area. Thank you so much, sir. So the participants, if you have any question regarding this session, you can keep in chat box and also you can raise your hands. Questions will be taken up now. If you want to talk with the speaker also, I'll unmute. You can unmute yourself and talk. Yeah, Prashit Jaiswal has raised the hand.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Prashit, please go ahead. Hello.
Sir, I have to ask that what are the career options and entrepreneurship about fisheries department?
Yeah, first you have to ask this question to manage because they have a fishery specialized business programs which is starting now. You can talk Dr. Saravanandra sir, he will be able to guide you. And apart from this, now one aspect which I found is export, fishery export is something which is going up in a big way, especially in Kerala. So different kind of processed fish products, they are being exported. And maybe like if you are contacting the incubators, you can also contact the CAFT incubator, and you can contact the CMFRI, Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute. They have a good incubator, and as well as Central Institute for Fishery Education. So you please contact them, and they will be able to guide you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
So Amar Singh is asking, what are the grants for MSME loans?
Yeah, MSME loans, there are many things are there. You contact some incubator, we will customize it based on the nature of your startup. Like what kind of a startup you are already doing it. Based on that, I will say that MSME, I will say business is something which is getting money from several sources, not from one source. It is not that MSME will be, funding will be gone by only from MSME ministry. No. You can also get some grants from Rural Development Ministry. You can get some grants from food processing industry. So depending upon your requirement, we will be able to guide you. So the source of funding, as well as we will also help you to prepare the application form. Normally, every application form goes with the DPR, and the incubators charge very less. If you go for private consultant, they charge 5% of the total cost of the business. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So Amar Singh, hope you got the answer. So the participants, if you still have any questions, you can keep in chat box and also you can raise your hand. Or unmute yourself and you can ask questions.
Actually, extension entrepreneurship is really a emerging area. So really, it is having a lot of opportunities in the future. Yeah, there is a question.
Kajal Soni.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sir. Sir, session was very interesting. And sir, my question is that usually what are the biggest mistake new entrepreneurs usually make? And my second question is that which areas of agriculture like processing, marketing, or technology have the best scope for agri entrepreneurship today and in future?
Okay, the first thing is sometimes people got confused with the idea and opportunity. People will be passionate about your idea. Like if I take this, I will be getting a good solution or something. Then when your passion overtakes your, I'll say that brilliance, then naturally the problem will come. So many times we also meet so many people who are coming with a very good idea, but that idea don't have a proper market. And that is the first thing what I will say, that if the entrepreneur fails because that idea don't have a, because if you say that business opportunity, we will calculate how many people are currently served by the particular product, and how many companies are there, what is the market size, and what is the price they are selling it, what is the actual market size for the particular product. Either you can do a calculate it using the market survey reports, like a Euro Monitor is there. There are so many market survey reports are there which you can download. It is, but it is very expensive, more than 60,000 per thing. That second thing is you can do on a smaller level survey. We teach them how to do the smaller level survey, where to contact, and from there you can identify the market size. From there you can calculate whether it is the idea is profitable or not, because any idea can be called as a business opportunity only when it has a sizable market size, as well as there are competitors who are catering to, suppose I'll say there is a market size is about 70%. Currently 25% of area market size is catered by some companies. So that means that you are having 50% area. So that means that you can say that if my project idea, it will cater to only not 50%, because at the first year you are not going to run the full company. So you say that 5% of the 50%, then still it is profitable. And again, two ideas are there. One is it is profitable. Second is it can be expanded or scaled up to maybe another 10%. So this is a very, very important component. Anybody will see that startup, how you are going to do it. Regarding second question, can you just repeat it? Yeah, what are the very
Second
good
question
areas
is,
which attract funding?
yes, sir.
Yeah, one thing is food processing. Actually, it depends upon the policy of the government. Like if you come to Kerala, any idea related to food processing, there is a chance of getting funding, because it is almost like I'll say 60% funds in Kerala government, it is diverted to for business related thing, food processing, some kind of processing. But second thing is now digital agriculture is coming up in a big way. Agro advisory and IoT based devices are coming now. So they provide the customized solutions to the farmer. So digital agriculture is the second option where you can venture into it. Other than that, anyway, every dimension has its own uh, its own value. But if you look at the broader picture, you can go for food processing and IoT based digital precision farming.
Okay, Kajal. Next, Rajesh has raised the hand. Rajesh, are you there?
Myself, Rajesh. I am actually calling from Alapi, Kerala, an ACS ABC entrepreneur. See, recently we have some work done with some group of farmers in sweet potato. I procured it from the farm itself, from CTCRI. I like to know what are already you talked regarding the Reliance Fresh and then Pepsi also. You have some discussion. What types of organizations can get into such type of maybe some farm-based contract, like group farmers? Such one question is regarding that, and the second one is regarding the technology. What you got? I also giving some little advisory services within my limit, and how technology already talked about one platform and all. I'd like to know more about it.
Okay, the first question is, if you are producing the sweet potato, either now Reliance Retail wants white flushed. So you contact me, I will link with Reliance Retail. So your problem will be solved. Second thing is, you are trying to get some kind of platform. I'll suggest you one aspect, like I was telling in supply chain, either sweet potato or any other crop, any company wants a list of farmers with contact number, so that they will go and procure from them, especially the retail companies like Reliance Retail, and then other like super stores are there. No, they need something there. You can make a digital platform or something, database, where you can do the connect the buyer and the seller, and then you can connect with the companies. That is one area which you will be getting. But you have to contact some incubators. You cannot do independently. They will help you. They will be having expertise. Maybe Trishur, you can go there, and then maybe you can talk to Dr. Sudhir is there. So he will be helping you to, already Dr. Sudhir also has RKVY. So they have funding also. That is one very good area which you can work on it.
So,
Thank you.
yeah, Monica is asking, sir, there are many entrepreneurship opportunities in hilly areas, but due to high perishability of the product, people do not want to go for it. Is there any suggestion or guidance for them?
Okay, actually, hilly areas means there are diverse hilly areas. Recently, if you are in Wayanad, you can go for avocado. Like a couple of days back, there was a news. Wayanad is trying to brand the avocados. So you cultivate avocado and then link with that particular group where your 90% problem will be solved. If there is a branding, if there is an agency to procure it, they will be doing. And again, in Kerala, many like a pepper in hill areas, in pepper and other, there are agencies which we can procure it. But you talk about perishability, transport from, like I will suggest that one of the primary option is you try to look for the cold storage godowns or cold storage transport vehicles in between. Somebody may be providing the facility, like a government may be providing the facility, or some entrepreneur may be providing the facility. Using that, you can do. But I will tell you, independently, some farmers are good. They have an independent network. They have a link with other markets and others. They get the market price. But when you are getting the market intelligence from some agency, like in Kerala, VAPCK provides price data. Every day, VAPCK website, around 11 o'clock, you will get the daily market prices in different mandis. So there are many, TNA also provide the market survey. But only with that information, you cannot take any decision. You have to link with that cold storage provider agency or any other person who is providing the vehicle. Then you can go there, and you cannot enter into mandis directly. So you need somebody to take your product, because everything is a closed system. Market intelligence is good, but it is not practicable. It is not practical unless somebody helps you to get into it. So you try to catch hold of somebody who can help you. But one example I will tell you, in our CTCRI incubator, we have only 13 startups. And many times I am getting banging from Delhi that you are having only 13 startups. But every day I used to help some startup. By sitting here, we do market linkage, we help to try to solve their problem. So this is what startup needs. This is called, I will call it as a facilitation. So you provide a customized solution, tailor-made messages, whatever from your level, you give it to them, so that they will be growing the business. So this is one area where you can solve. You can link with some startups, or you can link with some business promotion agency. Like if you are in Wayanad, there is a RARS Patambi is there. Sorry, Ambalavail is there. I think yesterday Dr. Sriram was there. So you can link with those people, and then you get the information, as well as they will help you to take the material.
Akanksha has raised the hand. Akanksha?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Good evening, sir.
Mm.
This is Akanksha Joshi, currently working as a managed intern. Sir, my
Okay.
question is, like you already talked about, entrepreneurship in agriculture, agripreneurship and everything. I want to ask, what are your insights on on like post-harvest management or value addition of horticultural crops as they are very perishable for small and marginal farmer? Are there any like government schemes or such type of support for the marginal farmers?
Okay, the first thing is I'll tell you post-harvest management. It is not processing. It is from harvest to the factory or maybe the consumption point. This is a money spinning business, huge money spinning business. Why I am saying is most of the horticultural crops are perishable. They cannot store for a very long time, except the plantation crops and others. Like vegetables cannot be stored more than 3-4 days. So one thing is, it's a one example I'll tell you that from our line cassava. It's a there is a Rockefeller Foundation call was there. I think 5 years back. They told exclusively funding will be given for extending the shelf life of cassava. Cassava can be stored in ambient temperature for only 2 days, not more than only 72 hours maximum. So they want to extend the shelf life of cassava. One company has got the that project. So how much money they got? $10 million. So it is a highly money spending business. If you are able to extend the shelf life, there are many entrepreneurs from my own tuber crops area. They come to me. One example is there is a company called Southern Hills. It is our incubator. They say that they are producing cassava chips. The brand name is E Tapioca. It is one of the prominent company, one of the top class companies in Kerala. So they want to send their cassava chips to the Gulf countries. So what takes normally it takes shelf life is 6 months. Okay, if they are saying I want to extend the shelf life by 13 to 14 months, because when you are exporting it, there will be some time port it will be lying here in India. Then after reaching any Gulf country in the port, it will be lying in 2 months, 3 months, unless and until you get the time for quality verification. So they said till the time my product has to stay there. But they said if you are providing solution, I will give you how much of money you want. From our level, I am ready to give. Second example, PepsiCo. PepsiCo is for now we are dealing with the PepsiCo. The first question they asked, not the variety, how much cassava can be stored in a cold storage? How many days you can store in the cold storage? So when they landed here, the first question they asked, how many days you can store cassava in ambient condition? Cold. Do we have any variety which can be stored for more than 1 month in ambient temperature? If they say that we are going to develop a project, we are going to ask Pepsi the money, we will identify the variety, we will give you the full protocol, and they are going to give the money. This is a huge business for researchers as well as for the intermediaries.
So Arun Pandey is asking how NGOs will get project funds for agribusiness.
Yeah, the NGOs are already working with the government agencies. One example I'll tell you, the Tribal Welfare Department in Tamil Nadu, they are empaneling NGOs. So whenever they are providing funding for tribal development because in Tamil Nadu, they are creating value addition in each and every district. Like we recently got a project for value addition in Kallakurichi district in Kalvarayan Hills. So they gave about 1.57 crores to CTCRI to me. The thing is, you want to create a kind of business there, but I cannot go and create the business there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign an MOU with an NGO. Almost 20% to 30% project budget will be transferred to them, and they will be doing it. And again, I am going to integrate what are all the funding available for the local government funding. Apart from this tribal welfare department funding, there are other fundings are there for the tribal people. So I am going to delegate the work to the NGO, and then I am going to help them in getting funding by putting them CTCRI letterhead. So this is one area where NGOs can work with a government agency, and I am working currently. We are working with more than 15 NGOs throughout India, and they are our partner. And by partnering with the CTCRI, they are getting lot of benefit because we are going to issue the certificate in CTCRI letterhead. That is government letterhead is very important for them. So this is one aspect where NGO can draw the funds as well as get the facilitation support from the government agencies.
Poonam Patil, how freshers can enter in business with no financial support. Are the schemes you mentioned funds from the very first step of beginning?
Okay, I will tell you, entering into business is a very ambiguous term. So freshers entering into business is a very, very ambiguous term. You have to use the chat GPT to know. Okay. Freshers, I will tell you, unless there are some enterprising universities are there in India. Pantnagar is one. There are many enterprising universities where the UG level itself, people will be involved in the business either as a part of the RAVE program and others. I can give one example, not from India. Tribhuvan University in Nepal. They have a Lamjung campus, a very small number of group of PhD Agri students there. And if you go to US, any university, like if there are Nepalis, then 50% from the Lamjung campus. What they do when during their undergraduation itself, they do lot of business, like a flower business. They have, because Nepal has a lot of festivals. So they are involved in flower business, not as a part of RAVE. That is their own interest. So they get the experience, business experience during the undergraduate course itself. And then they get a certificate from concerned instructor or from the local agricultural department. That actually helps them to get into abroad, getting fellowship in the United States. So you create a kind of either university can be an enterprising or you can be the enterprising person, because you are learning. No, you are in second year itself, you are almost like a 75% farmer, agriculturist. Okay, then you put your ideas into practice, do some business, get some money. When you are coming out as a fresher, you will come with a lot of business experience. So this is very important. That's why the new education policy, they provide there is a break in between. So you go and work in business and come back and complete your BS agriculture. So there is some logic into it.
Yeah. So it's already 5 o'clock. So
Yeah.
I need to conclude the session. Thank you, participants, for your questions. I'm seeing a lot of questions in the chat box. I'm so sorry. Since we are short of time, I cannot take all your questions, but no problem. Still, if you have any questions, and you can contact the speaker details are given in the chat box. And if you want to watch this webinar again, the YouTube link also given in the chat box. Along with this, if you want to know various career opportunities, so tomorrow is the last day of this evening for learning. So you can register for tomorrow webinar. And to receive interesting updates, scholarship and fellowships and internships and programs conducted by Manage. And also few people are asking about fishery sector opportunities. Also stay tuned to our social media handles to know the updates regarding fisheries sector. And do not forget to follow us on social media. Before concluding the session, I would like to thank Sethuraman sir for sharing your valuable information with us and for patiently answering all the questions. And also I would like to thank our director, Dr. Sarvanandra sir, for organizing this webinar. And thank you, participants. Do not forget to register for the coming webinar. As tomorrow is the last webinar, the link is shared in the group. The certificate will be given to the participants who have 80% attendance. See you tomorrow with another topic. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.